You can say skill issue as many times as you want in the comments, but I just cannot get myself to like the F-16. And a lot of people I know feel very similarly about it, which is super upsetting because the F-16 is one of the most anticipated aircraft to ever come to War Thunder. And no, despite what some people may tell you, the F-16 doesn't have a G limiter. I'm pretty sure it's more akin to an angle of attack limiter than anything. I just want to know why the F-16 can't participate in the over-exaggerated flight models of the rest of War Thunder. Fun fact, the Mirage 2000 had a G limiter, and it was taken away before it came to the live server. Why this didn't happen to the F-16 is beyond me. Okay, I have to play it like an F-104. It isn't preferable, but, you know, it's still manageable. Ever since the new patch, though, have you seen how the missiles have been acting? If you don't have the AIM-9L or the Magic 2, you may not have even noticed it in the first place. But missiles are heavily underperforming against flares right now. This isn't because they were changed in the code. Literally nothing has changed about the AIM-9L. But the number of comments I've seen about, oh, they nerfed the AIM-9L, or oh, they nerfed the Magic 2 now. It's, I mean, technically not wrong, but it's also not right either. This also happens to radar missiles now, too. I mean, the Mirage 2000's R530D was, kinda known for going what I like to call meth mode, and just kind of going off and doing its own thing for, like, 15% of launches. Well, this seems to be happening to every radar missile now. The kit on the F-16 was supposed to be, you know, pretty overwhelming, but in practice, because of these random issues, it kind of feels really inconsistent. Like, half of the time I'm getting my 9Ls 1-flared or 2-flared, and I've most of the time just entirely stopped running the AIM-7M because I would rather have more heat seekers and then just kind of watch it do its own thing instead of flying into my target. My theory is that something's messed up server side. It isn't handling the missiles the same way it did before the patch, probably because we have a record number of players playing the game right now on servers that we have been asking to be upgraded for many, many years now. Okay, I can't really rely on my missiles. What about guns? Oh, the Vulcan, how you have seen better days. 6,000 rounds per minute is very impressive. I'm pretty sure it's the highest fire rate for any gun in the game right now. However, I'm pretty sure we're going on like a year and a half now of NATO autocannon's explosive filler being completely bugged. The rounds are supposed to explode and fragment, causing huge damage across the surface of the aircraft. And you can see this with Defas. Just because they don't have fragmentation, they can still be pretty okay because they just have a massive amount of explosive filler. But the Vulcan does so little damage now. Okay, but 6,000 rounds per minute, you're gonna hit, you know, 4 or 5 rounds when you hit somebody. Except, while the muzzle velocity on paper is great, the rate at which the round slows down flying through the air is so much worse than every other gun in the game. You can barely even reach out to like 0.65 kilometers before the person you're shooting at literally has like full seconds to react to the rounds. That's how slow they're going. On the positive side though, I really love the custom skins for this thing. The community has done a great job cranking them out. My personal favorite that I'm running right now is the F-16 Aggressor's skin. An actual squadron in real life has their F-16s painted like this to model the looks of the Su-57, just because it looks cool. Probably the only good thing to come out of the Su-57 is that paint job. Okay, I'm done being a stupid whiner baby content creator. You want to know how to play this thing? Or learn more about it to go against it for that matter? I got you covered. Step 1, go fast. Faster than everything else. Don't take the drop tank if it's not EC. You're gonna end up on top or behind the enemy team before they've even stopped typing in chat about their complaining about American or Russian bias. It's always one of the two, but let's be real, there really isn't bias in AirRB. Step 2, you're gonna ready up all of your AIM-9Ls. you're gonna fire them off at anybody you see. Whether they're in front of you, right next to you, below you, you are gonna get those AIM-9Ls ready and you are going to fire them off. If you're in a variant with AIM-7s, you can use those as well, I guess. Just make sure not to tunnel vision on one target too hard. Even if you're going head-on with a 9L, you need to give your enemy something to do. Don't let them just shoot at you for free. You have 6 of these things, and you are going to use all of them during this match. Step 3, skedaddle. You are going to shoot, and then you are going to scoot. You are going to get out of there. The F-16 does not want to get into a multi-person dogfight because of its compression issues. You're gonna fire off all of your missiles, rack up as many kills within like 5 seconds as you can, and you are going to get your butt back to your team. You have 60 countermeasures, so be smart about how you use them. It's possible to still burn through all of them if like 5 people decide to start spamming all of their missiles at you. On a funny note, you can actually rate fight the AIM-9J, and it's like a 50-50 chance of it not hitting you. Normally you can tell if it's going to hit you and you can flare in those situations, but there have been multiple moments where I'm literally just holding my S key and the AIM-9J just can't keep up if it's fired perpendicularly. It took me about 8 takes to say that last sentence, purely because I ate before recording, and now my mouth is incredibly dry. Don't go licking your lips. I caught you in the act if yours are dry too. As you can see from my wings, I actually only take one AIM-7M, and I know, ew, asymmetrical loadout, it's gross. But I really just don't find enough situations where I would rather have the 2 AIM-7s over having a total of 5 AIM-9Ls. Sure, it certainly comes up, but just personally as a player, I would rather have the extra heat seeker, as I really only encounter enough situations where 1 AIM-7 is pretty necessary if I want to go head-on with people, but 2 just doesn't happen in every game. Typically, most teams will go left off of their runway, but I'm part of the go right movement. I like to charge straight through the enemy team and cause as much chaos as possible. If they don't all 180 for me, this also gives you a good opportunity to 180 yourself, and because the F-16 doesn't lose any speed, despite having the turn radius of Texas, you can actually whip back around and catch back up to people, so you can shoot rear aspect AIM-9Ls. Also, to everyone who says the F-16 has a 9G limiter, go back and watch that clip and how I was pulling 10 to 11 Gs throughout the entire thing. Also, fun fact, the reason why I was playing the F-16A, the Block 10, for the first half of the video, is because the difference between the tails of the Block 10 and the later blocks is not modeled correctly by Gaijin. So because the F-16A, the Block 10, is lighter, you can actually get that turn rate up to like 11 to 12 Gs. Obviously not on a full tank of fuel, but the difference in weight does start to kick in once you start burning off more and more fuel. 20mm high explosive to the tail, yeah, it just shook it off. There's the Vulcan in action. You know, the round that has 4 times the explosive filler compared to the Swedish 50 cals, but somehow does like 1% of the damage. Imagine a jet with Swedish 50 cals, that would be fun. I know I said the radar missile is inconsistent sometimes, but to give this thing credit, the F-16 radar is one of the hardest to notch in the game. A lot of times, you can be just blatantly 90 degrees to the F-16, and the AIM-7M will still track right into you. That's all for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'm trying to push to 10,000 subscribers, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Other than that, there's the Patreon. I have some big life changes coming up, so I'm gonna need your guys' help. All the support you can give me means the world to me. Other than that, that's all for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.